Palmer alert! Arnold Palmer alert! Who wants some Arnie Palmies? Sweetie, this one is the vodka right here.
Hal, just place it down, please.
Alrighty.
Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of the official League of Legends podcast. This one's going to be a little bit all over the place. Hoping to keep you guys entertained until we can get into the meat of the season. First things first, congratulations to Kev and Meg on their engagement. Really happy for you guys. Funny story, actually. I started recording this on Wednesday, got about halfway through, and by that time, the news had obviously come out that Kev was gonna propose, and I'm like, what the fuck? Now I've got to re-record this whole thing to obviously include that. So, I don't know, kind of off to a bad start. If the two of you guys' relationship is going to minorly inconvenience my life any further, might have to object to this whole marriage thing. But moving on, we have a new sponsor this week, the HH10 Party Planning Committee, planning all your party needs. Kev, maybe that's something you might want to look into for the wedding. I don't know. They got a pretty good track record. So this first segment we got today is called Fantasy Names. I have, over the last couple days, scoured the internet for all of 5 minutes and picked out some of my favorite ones. I don't know if you can hear that, but those are notes. I have actually taken notes this time, so hopefully this will go smoothly. But we'll just dive in. As you expect, many of these names are pun-based, which seem to be the bread and butter of fantasy names, along with plays on players' names. First up, God Hates Jags. Next we got the Manning Face God, with the Game of Thrones reference, which seems to be quite popular lately. Another one in the same vein is the White Welkers. Then we've got the Golden Tate Warriors. After that, OBJYN. One of my favorite ones I found was Forgetting Brendan Marshall, Witten Mittens, Finger Banging with JPP, Switch Hitters, obviously a reference to Adrian Peterson beating the shit out of his son with a switch. Next to the the $5 footlongs, Gronk If You're Horny, the Decepticons, obviously a reference to Megatron, Lacey's Out, the 40-year-old Virgin, the Aryan Nation, Devante's Inferno, the Ertzlocker, Geno 911, Smoking Blunts and Drinking Fortes, Corn on the Cob, 52 Shades of Clay, Remember the Titan of Bravos, Doug R.R. Martin, and JPP Fireworks Co. I think this year JPP is going to be pretty prominent in a lot of team names. That whole situation is ripe for comedy. Feel free to use any of these. Yeah, pick the ones you liked, come up with your own. Excited to see some of the new ones that you guys think of. So this next segment, which I hope to make a regular thing, is called Off Topic Topic. That's where I'm going to kind of talk about something that's on my mind that is in no way related to fantasy football, not even a little bit. So, first topic I have today is Steve Harvey. I know a lot of you guys are a fan of Steve Harvey, maybe you think he's funny, whatever, but I fucking hate Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is the biggest piece of human garbage and waste of space on this planet. His views on several different topics would look out of place even if you were born in the 1800s. Everything he believes is either misogynistic, homophobic, or just fucking ignorant. And none of this would be a problem if he lived in a van somewhere down in South Carolina, but he has a goddamn TV show, and for some reason, people listen to him. It blows my mind that you can hear him talk and not just get angry or confused. Those are the only two reactions I have to him. Just to skim over his personal life real quick, he's been married 3 times and divorced 3 times. Each time because he cheated on the woman he was with. The funny part of that is, he has a talk show dedicated to giving relationship advice. That's like taking medical advice from the guy who serves you food at fucking Wendy's. Part of the reason for all these divorces, I'm guessing, is that he's publicly stated that anytime a man cheats, it's the fault of the woman he's with for not having enough sex with him. This is also written in his book. This is in print. I could keep going about how he thinks women are stupid for sleeping with guys and he doesn't think gays are real men, but one of the topics that he constantly seems to want to talk about is atheism and his, I guess, confusion with it. And he doesn't know how anyone can be moral without believing in God. He keeps using the term moral barometer, which is fucking retarded too. My favorite line of his has to be the argument he's making against evolution, I guess. He said in an interview, if we came from monkeys, why we still got monkeys, quote unquote. This is the dumbest argument ever. It's been made 100 times, and it never carries any weight except for people who want to, I guess, believe it. It's the equivalent of saying America came from Europe, why we still got European. The last point I want to make is about Family Feud and the fact that it's probably the worst game show on TV. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Question is a thinly veiled double entendre. Contestant gives a stupid answer, usually penis or sex. Steve Harvey stares at the camera and the audience laughs. Lather, rinse, repeat. There's your I'm going to move on now to some actual fantasy talk, and I think the big topic that we got to hammer out in the near future is the draft date. I know we've been talking about it a little bit. We've also been talking about the location, about possibly Kev's, possibly Wilson's. Really, that doesn't matter. We can figure that out closer to the date, but we have to actually set a date so people can start kind of planning around it. I know at least, I think about 6 of us have already said the 8th or 9th works for them. Hoping we can get at least 10 out of the 14 to live draft it. I think that'll be a real good time, and hopefully we could get anyone else who can't to Skype in or something like that. Really trying to avoid anyone auto drafting is the big thing we got to deal with when picking a date. Auto drafting sucks. I've been forced to do it. The one year my brother was drafting for me and he got in late and auto drafted my first pick was Roddy White. How terrible of a first pick is Roddy White? Needless to say, that season didn't go well. I think I actually made the playoffs, but obviously didn't go anywhere after that because Roddy White, a fucking B-level wide receiver, was my first overall pick. Thank you, Fantasy Ring. Wow, look at the time. We've gotten almost to the end of the podcast, and I've been neglecting the sponsors. I'm probably going to catch some heat for that. Got to keep this show going, don't we? The first one, an oldie but a goodie, Ike's Burritos. You'll have a large or you'll have nothing. And a new one is the autobiography of Mike LeBrot, titled Taming the Tap, My Struggles with OCD. So this last segment's going to be in regards to the Sacco Trophy and Sacco Punishment. Obviously, we're still open to ideas. We gotta hopefully hammer this out by at least the start of the season, I guess. Some ideas I've been thinking about, throwing around. One was that we can even start this retroactively for this year, assuming we do live draft, but last place access sticker bitch. All Night's got to put up everyone's stickers. Another idea I saw somewhere else, but Beer Bitch, which has to, anytime a fantasy members are together with that person, the Sacco winner has to get them all of their beers. One I saw that another league does is called the Shirt of Shame. The way they do it, it only applies to the draft, so the previous Sacco recipient has to wear the Shirt of Shame, which is a shirt that is passed down every year and never washed. Obviously, you can get it custom made with something funny. Yeah, my idea to kind of expand on that was that the Sacco winner has to wear the Shirt of Shame during at least every Sunday, if not every game, and must present proof in the form of a photo text message to everyone else. Yeah, so Sacco punishment needs some work. Hopefully you guys can contribute some better ideas, because that's really all I got for now. But I guess that kind of brings us to the end. Number 2 in the books. Hopefully I'll be doing another one soon. Between a week, 2 weeks. Kind of doing these ad hoc now until the season starts and things really get rolling. But if I think of enough content to do, I'll do another one. Lastly, hey, we got another new sponsor, Wilson and Ward Accounting. We'll cook the books with the best of them. So that's all I got. Talk to you probably immediately after this. So later.